Leo Haggerty, Amped Up Sports. It's Monday, October 14th. This is what we would have posted on Wednesday, October 9th, if it wasn't for Hurricane Milton getting pretty close to making landfall, very close to Tampa. Wednesday is my thoughts from a septuagenarian column. After 70 years on Earth, the one thing that has really changed as it applies to sports, and baseball in particular, is the roles of the manager and the general manager. Back in the late 1950s through the mid-1970s, when I cut my teeth on watching and studying the national pastime, the general manager and the manager had very defined roles. The GM handled everything off the field, and the skipper handled the on-field decision-making, and there was never any crossover. Those lanes had permanent guardrails. Today, the roles are completely different. With the era of analytics, the general manager and other members of the administrative staff have gone from offering advice to, in some cases, directing the manager on who to play and when to substitute, especially pitchers. In fact, there are documented cases of members of the front office calling down to the dugout during the game and pontificating that certain strategies must be used immediately. Now, let me take you back to those earlier years. I cannot fathom a GM or anyone calling to the dugout and demanding that Sparky Anderson or Gene Mauch or Walter Alston or Earl Weaver make a pitching change. I can almost guarantee you that they would receive a two-word response from those gentlemen, and it wouldn't be happy birthday or Merry Christmas. There is a fine line you didn't cross, and that was one of them. When game activity started, and that began with preparing the lineup cards until the last out was recorded, the manager had unquestioned authority. Now, everything is done by the book, and the thought of a manager following the instincts and gut feelings that he has after years of managing, it's not acceptable. From my point of view, I miss the managers of old, the ones that could sense the flow of the game and feel that his pitcher was in a zone and didn't have to be pulled when the lineup came out for the third time, because that's what the analytics dictated. You pay these guys to manage them. Let them do it. Give them the data you've accumulated and yet let them use it, but not be beholden to it. The game is still played on the field and not on paper. Leo Haggerty, Amped Up Sports. Book it, Dano.